Xbox Switch. I'm just waiting for Twitch to tell me that I'm live. Come on. There we go. Alright, so first off, as you can see, this week has 7 matches because I changed it last week. You'll also notice that there's rivalries for CCW, but I go to rivalries. So the rivalry begins April of week 4. Meanwhile, Raw and SmackDown, they're already going on. And because I messed up with the Dolph Ziggler-Rusev rivalry, I had to restart it, and it begins Raw May week 1. So unfortunately, we're gonna have to wait for the Dolph Ziggler-Rusev rivalry to continue. But yes, even though I clearly have rivalries set up for CCW, they won't begin until April of week 4. So, because there's no rivalries going on, I set up each and every match just so I can display some of the talent that we have. And yes, the main event is a 6-man tag match. And I just did all of this so I can show off a majority of the roster. Now, some of these matches will be deciding who is the #1 contender for some of the titles at Extreme Rules. As you can see here, I got Bane and Joker versus Doom and Venom, and this will be my #1 contender match. I have a hope for who wins this, because Bane and Joker did beat the champions, I believe. Although I'm not going to pretend I know what happened last week, because honestly, I screwed up on Raw, saying that Kevin Owens had an upset victory against Triple H the week prior. So, because I looked back at the news and I found out that Triple H won both matches in a row, so Kevin Owens is actually on a losing streak. So, do not mind what I said in Raw's video week 2. So let's start off with the Elimination Tornado Tag. Pretty much, Bane and Joker said, if anyone wants to take us off of the #1 spot, they need to be able to beat us both. Let's start the match. Elimination Tornado Tag. And as you can see, if you don't remember from last week, Bane's mask was missing, so I downloaded a new Bane. Hopefully his mask will not be missing. As for Venom and Joker, Venom and Dr. Doom, this is my first time using these two, so hopefully none of them is missing. And as for any, phone calls or anything, I'm not sure, but if any of that happens, again, I'll be going into the kitchen to try and make sure you guys don't hear the phone call. And my mom's currently not home right now, so if she walks in, I apologize for that as well. So I'm just apologizing ahead of time for in case the phone goes off, or if my mom walks in, because she's not home right now. But, yeah. And because these guys are created superstars, it's going to take a little bit to load up. That's understandable. And if you weren't here last week, CCW stands for CAW Championship Wrestling, which means everything about this show is created. Meaning the superstars, the arena, and even the championships. really hoping that this starts loading up pretty soon, because I don't want this to take 2 hours. Hey, there we go. We're in Houston, Texas tonight. We got the bad guys, and it looks like Bane is keeping his mask this time. Oh, I should see if the audio is actually working today. Oh, gameplay audio is still staticky. So, this is why I have my voice in here. Alright, so Bane and Joker are making their entrance, the bad guys. Now we're waiting on a Boom Squad. Let me take a look at Dr. Doom's mask. I can't see it from here. Come on. Let me see your mask, Dr. Doom. Hey, your mask is actually staying. That's good. It was Venom's, so whoever made these two actually got it right. Made sure that their mask stayed on. These guys have the most generic entrances ever. Alright, let's just start the match. So, it looks like right now the bad guys are in control. Venom accidentally hitting the referee. That is not good. I can barely hear myself talk. I gotta turn this down. Trying to turn it, there we go. I can actually hear myself talk. So, looks like Bane and Joker are still in control. Venom is reversing Joker. Now Dr. Doom taking control, but Joker getting back in control. Really, a DDT is your finisher? Yes, Bane and Joker said if you can beat one of them, you have to beat the other one too. So this is why this is an elimination style tornado tag match. Because the bad guys want to make sure that if anyone's gonna take their number one spot, that they can be beat, that both team members can be beaten. I'm stumbling over my words, and I apologize. A little tired. Had a busy weekend. Payback was last night, and for those of you who didn't watch Payback, I'm not going to spoil anything. All I'm going to say is watch Raw tonight, and you'll find out pretty much what happened. Like Venom trying to beat the Joker, but Joker is not giving up. Don't know if you can tell, but this version of Joker is based on the Heath Ledger Joker. Meanwhile, that version of Bane is based on the animated TV series. As for Venom, pretty sure that version of Venom is based on, I want to say, the Lego games. Not really sure. I don't watch Spider-Man all that much. And that version of Doctor Doom is, I believe, from the animated series. I'm not quite sure. But Bane almost beating Doctor Doom, almost eliminating him from the match. Venom and Joker fighting on the outside of the ring, however, but you cannot win the match outside of the ring. Bane, being the powerhouse that he is, taking control of the match. And yes, my mom did just get home. Bane covering Doctor Doom, almost getting him, but not quite. Now, Venom and Joker made it back in the ring, where the match can be won. Venom throwing Joker into the corner. What is Venom looking for? Oh my, what was that? A top rope Rough Rider, I assume? 1, 2, Joker almost pinned, but not quite. Doctor Doom trying to get rid of Bane. 1, 2, but Bane, the powerhouse he is, just kicking out of that pin attempt. Joker throwing Venom back out of the ring. Again, you need to win this inside of the ring. Doctor Doom trying to tire out the powerhouse. Looks like Doctor Doom might be busted open. I don't know how you can bust open someone who is wearing a metal mask, but that just happened. Now Bane looking for a spinning neckbreaker. 1, 2, 3. Doctor Doom has been eliminated. Now it's Bane and Joker, the bad guys, versus Venom. Can Venom somehow pull an upset victory? 1, 2, Bane kicking out. Joker has got to start helping his teammate. Otherwise, Venom might upset them. Joker looking for that belly-to-belly suplex, while Bane picking Venom up, going for a flip rock bottom, going for the pin. 1, 2, 3. The bad guys with a dominant victory over the Boom Squad. So I'm pretty sure the bad guys have critics by dominating this match. Neither member of the bad guys were eliminated. Way to go, bad guys. So now, next up, we have a women's match, I'm pretty sure. Let's get the game to load. Yep, we have a women's match. We've got Assassin, Rose Valentine, Alice, and Aria. This will be to decide if Rose Valentine actually deserves to be the #1 contender for the women's championship that Winter Quinn currently holds. Because if I remember anything from last week, I remember that Rose Valentine did win the triple threat match between her, Winter Quinn, and trying to remember the other person's name right now, but it's not coming to me. If you need to, just go back to last week, watch the triple threat match to see what I'm talking about. I'm pretty sure that I remember correctly, Rose Valentine did win that match. But as I proved on Raw, that because I thought on week 1, but it was Raw week 1. So my commentary for that match was kind of misleading, I guess. And again, just to restate, because everything is created, it's going to take a little longer to load than most things. And of course, my stream is buffering. I'm really hoping that this starts loading sometime soon because there we go. Yeah, and we're still in Houston, Texas, so that stays relevant, I guess you can say, throughout the entire night. We've already seen Rose Valentine's entrance, but she wants to shut up any critics saying that her victory against Winter Quinn was a fluke. So she agreed to be in this #1 contender match. Now, let us check out some of our newer divas. Yes, that is right. We only had at least 6 divas. I added 4 more to make it an equal 10. This is Alice. She is based off of Alice in Wonderland. At least that's what I believe the creator of this was going for. I like the color scheme that they went for this Alice, because red and black are my 2 favorite colors. And so, this Alice looks very dark, indeed. This is definitely not the cute and sweet Alice that we are all used to. Up next is... this might be Assassin right here. Is this Assassin? This is Assassin. Alright. So when I discovered this on the community creations, I was like, okay, this girl has to be in my universe mode. She just has that unique look, and you don't see a woman look like this in current WWE. So I had to have her. She just looks so mysterious. And now Arya will be making her entrance coming shortly. She looks to be quite the joyful person, but let's hope she can have an aggressive side once she gets in the ring with Assassin and Alice, because those 2 ladies look to be quite aggressive. We already saw what Rose Valentine can do. Let's hope that this jolly girl has an aggressive side. Now the match getting underway. Will Rose Valentine be able to shut up the critics saying that her victory last week was a fluke? Or will it just be that, a fluke? Alice going for that kick. An assassin and Ari going to the outside. Alice already going for a weapon. We saw what the women in this show can do last week. The women are not afraid to get a little extreme. Again, ladies, the match can only be won inside the ring. Therefore, really nothing is being achieved right now. Except for damaging your opponent's midsection. Now Valentine trying to chop down the legs of Alice, throwing Alice into the barricade, and now ramming her back in the barricade, although she does not look like she was on the barricade at all. And Ari taking control of Assassin. I never thought I'd be saying that. I figured Assassin would be the aggressor, but Ari, the jolly girl that she looks like she is, has an aggressive side of her own. And yes, it does appear Ari possibly wearing cat ears. At least we all hope that those are just fake cat ears, but who knows? We've seen just about everything in CCW. So who knows? Maybe she is a humanoid cat. Alice working the legs of Valentine. Meanwhile, Assassin finally getting control over Ari. I must say, Ari's hair, very well done to the person that created Ari. I love that hair right there. These ladies must get back in the ring, though, if they wish to achieve any sort of victory. I'm hoping someone decides to go back in the ring sometime soon, because this match could go on for a while. Looks like they are going farther away from the ring than I anticipated. Ooh! Right on that concrete ramp. Ari's ribs must be killing her, because that's gotta be at least the 5th time she was thrown into those steel steps. Looks like Valentine and Assassin going farther away from the ring. At least Alice and Ari are trying to get it back in the ring, but to no avail. I really do hope that this match gets in the ring at some point. I'm pretty sure this match could go on forever if they don't get back in the ring. Referee can't do anything, though, because in a Fatal 4-Way, there's no countouts, no disqualifications. This match literally could go on forever. And yes, I know the game plays staticky, but again, doing commentary to try and make up for it Hey, an assassin getting back in the ring. Attempting the reload twitch, but it looks like nothing is working. Oh wait, it's reloading. Here we go. Oh, meanwhile, Alice tried pinning Assassin. Looks like everybody got back in the ring, but then Valentine and Ari just decided to go back outside. Alice possibly going for a fall-away slam, but Assassin having none of it. Belly-to-belly suplex. That be enough to put Alice away. 1, 2, not quite. Ari impressed me quite a lot. I thought she was gonna be the non-aggressor, but she can be quite aggressive. Ari almost picking up the victory right there. Oh, what a suplex by Assassin. Trying to drag Alice away from the ropes. 1, Ari too quick and broke it up. Now a whirling hurricanrana, as I like to call it. Ari going after Valentine, looking for a she was looking for something. Needed to get a drink, because I'm still not used to doing commentary. Looks like Valentine has a submission hold on Ari. Will Ari tap out? No, she won't. Ari throwing Valentine back out of the ring. Assassin trying to pin Alice for the 3 count. 1, 2. Alice kicks out, just barely. Now, I know Valentine has a greater chance of losing this match, but she wanted to prove herself. So I allowed this match to happen. Assassin was the first to complain about Valentine. Valentine almost shutting Assassin up by winning that match. Assassin almost had to swallow her words, but Assassin with that belly-to-belly suplex, looking for the pinfall. 1, 2, almost beating Alice. It didn't take long though, because once Assassin voiced her opinion on Valentine, others started voicing their opinion. Therefore, this is why this is the Fatal 4-Way match. Ari looking for a pinfall, 2. Ari almost winning. 1, 2. Almost a 3 count. You would have to think that if Valentine were to lose this match, that something would have to happen. Because Valentine is currently the #1 contender. But I think if someone else other than Valentine were to win this, it may have to become a triple threat match. Looks like Assassin is laid out on the mat, and Ari's going up top for a leg drop and they're both going for a pin attempt. 1, only a 1 count. Ari with a whip into the corner. Now kicking. She may be looking for... Never mind. But Alice going for some sort of move. I do not know what to call that move, but that looked very effective. Ari going to the top, but hold on, dirty pin here. 1, 2, 3. No, not 3. Fasten kicking out of that dirty pin. I did not expect to see that. Of course, my video is buffering again. There's nothing I can do. I might need to turn off my laptop. And if that's the case, just continue to watch, and I'll just be reloading the Twitch. Valentine winning! So as I turn off my laptop, I look and I see Valentine picking up the victory. So I think Valentine just shut up her critics by winning this match. And so at Extreme Rules for CCW, it will be Valentine versus Winner Quinn. And nobody can say otherwise. Let's see if we can get the closing moments, because I missed the closing moments of the match. But I guess we will not see it. Rose Valentine shutting up the critics, saying that her victory in that triple threat was a fluke. And so, when 3 women decided to say something, I decided to put Rose Valentine in a fatal 4-way to see if she would still come up with the victory. And yes, she did. So up next, we have a match between Death and Graves, I believe. Yes, Death versus Graves. And Outlaw in Graves' corner. Death currently does not have a tag team partner, I believe. So Death looking outnumbered against Graves. Will Death be able to win, or will the factor of Outlaw being out there with Graves be enough distraction to put Death away? I am stumbling over my words. That's only because I'm slightly tired. But I am still streaming for you guys. And I believe this will be the first time you guys see Death. I'm hoping that Death's mask stays. We will see. But right now, as I am reloading my laptop, well, turning back on my laptop, we are waiting for this match to begin. I again restate that in my universe mode, I sim through most of the matches, but I do one match. And now we will see Death enter the ring for the first time. At least I believe this should be Death's music right now. Yes, this is Death right here. And it looks like his mask did stay on. Death spreading the message of embracing your evil side. Death walking ever slowly to the ring. Could this possibly be a metaphor? Who knows? Because death can come at you fast, and it can come at you slowly. That is quite the mask, though. Whoever created this character, props for you. That is a pretty awesome mask. And now, Death approaching the ring, finally. And now, raising his arms to turn on the lights. That to symbolize what you will see when you die. The white lights. But will Death be in the future of Graves? Or will Graves say, Death, you will not defeat me today? And of course, Graves and Outlaw, current tag team champions. I just noticed how tall Death is. That is quite scary. But will Graves overcome his fears and put Death away? Death looking pretty dominant in the beginning stages. Some would say that that is not a mask that Death wears, but that is indeed his own face. But I am certain no one actually looks like that. That must be a mask. Maybe Graves will even try and pull off that mask. Who knows? But that cannot be a mask. I mean, that must be a mask. God, get your words right, Michael. That must be a mask. That cannot be his actual face. If that's his actual face, then things may just be more scary than they seem. Oh my god. He missed to the eyes of Death. But Death, going for that backbreaker, Death seemed to not be fazed by that missed attempt. Because Death appears to have no eyes. Therefore, Death not affected by that mist. Now, Graves looking to springboard, but Death has none of it. And stops him in his tracks. Death whipping him outside of the ring. What is he planning on doing? Oh no! No! Not an apron DDT. No! Oh my god! An apron DDT by Death. And now booting Graves like he's nothing. Right now, Death in complete control of Graves, and Outlaw is doing absolutely nothing to help his partner. But Graves trying to put up a fight, but it is not working out for him. Death is just too strong. And now Death going for the pin. 1, 2. Graves kicking out, but that is just a survivor's instinct. Right now, Graves not putting up much of a fight. Graves cannot seem to get the upper hand against Death. And now, what in the world just happened? But now, Skull Crushing finale. Is that the end of Graves? Or will Graves somehow make a comeback? And now with the ankle lock, will Graves tap out? No, he does not. Graves throwing Death out of the ring. Now Graves taking a well-needed break, but going out after Death with a foot DDT, trying to work the legs of Death. But I don't think Death has any weaknesses. DDT to Death. Count of 4. Graves might be looking for a count-out victory because he knows he cannot beat Death. But Death up at the count of 6. Oh, code breaker. Graves tired, but he looks to be gaining control. And now missed again, but we saw last time that Death was not affected, but he looked to have been affected slightly that time around. Death going for something, but it was reversed. Now, Graves trying to make Death tap out, but that looks to not happen, because Death is just too strong. Death already back up to his feet and taking control of Graves. Outlaw still doing nothing to help his tag partner. If Graves somehow manages to beat Death, I think that will look very good for their title defense at Extreme Rules. Because as a tag team, you don't need a random nobody beating you. But Death is definitely not a random nobody. Because now Death with a jackhammer. Graves looking like he might be finished. But Death not going for pin right away. But he now goes for the pin. 1, 2. Oh my god, Graves barely surviving. Outlaw trying to cheer on his tag partner. But Death has just been in control of this match. Now, Death looking to put Graves on the top rope. What could he be looking for? Death going up for a top rope pedigree. My God. Just call the match. Outlaw needs his partner for their title defense. But Death, relentless. Now a spine buster. Just call it, ref. 1, 2. For Graves. This does not bode well for the tag team champions when they got the bad guys looking at their backs because they are the #1 contenders. And if one-on-one Graves cannot beat Death, how are the team of the Anarchists supposed to beat the bad guys? Outlaw may be thinking of looking for a new partner, and that new partner being Death. Now, next up, I believe, is a steel cage match. Hey, I got an achievement. Oh, no, or maybe, I don't know. I forget what match this is. If this is not steel cage, I may play it. If this is a steel cage match, then I'm not playing it. This is match number, 4? I think number 5 is a steel cage match, so I might do this match. I am not certain yet. Yeah, number 5 is steel cage, and I believe this is number 4. So we got Clown Freak versus Johnny D. Johnny D last week was in a match with Ethan Barnes, I believe. And I believe Barnes beat Johnny D. And so now, Johnny D facing Clown Freak. Hopefully Johnny D is not afraid of clowns, because that guy looks scary. Clown Freak coming out with the smoky lantern. My God, what a creepy clown. That is one creepy clown. Hopefully none of you are afraid of clowns out there. But more importantly, let's hope Johnny D is not afraid of clowns, because he's got quite the matchup against Clown Freak. And look at that shirt. That shirt is pretty awesome. I cannot lie. I would probably wear a shirt just like that. And the hair that Clown Freak has, my God, a lot of that spray tool that was just introduced in 2016 was definitely used to make quite a hairstyle for Clown Freak. But let's hope, again, Johnny D does not have a fear of clowns, because he may not be able to overcome Clown Freak. Johnny D sporting some new attire. Maybe Johnny D be able to win tonight. I'm pretty sure, if memory serves me, Johnny D did not beat Ethan Barnes. So now he is looking for a victory tonight against Clown Freak. He appears to show no fear, but we'll see if there is fear once he steps into that ring. Again, because this does not appear to be a steel cage, I will be doing this match. And tonight, doing my memory serves me, and Johnny D did not beat Ethan Barnes. Johnny D will be winning tonight. Unless some miracle I screw this up. Clown Freak currently being relentless, but I break away. Clown Freak reversing my hip toss attempt. Now, Johnny D trying to get an upper hand, but it's not working. Clown Freak is just too strong. Clean break though, that is surprising. Johnny D reversing suplex attempt. Johnny D trying to get some sort of momentum, but it's not working out for him. Frog toe hold. I gotta see what his signatures and stuff are. Alright, we got Judgment Slam front dive versus ground opponent. So frog splash, sweet chin, and a super kick. Alright. I got it. Somewhat. Johnny D trying to get behind Clown Freak, going for a suplex. Johnny D facing possibly his fears right now, but he is showing no fear at the moment. That may have been a mistake. Johnny D taking some time to roll outside of the ring, trying to get Clown Freak to get off his guard, which he managed to do successfully. And now, looking for another back suplex. Johnny D going up top, using his speed to his advantage. But Johnny D misses. Oh, Johnny D misses the grapple. It's not good, because that allows Clown Freak to get the upper hand. Clown Freak is not going easy on Johnny D. That is for sure. Johnny D definitely weaker than Clown Freak. Johnny D already in the yellow. And Clown Freak still in the green. Clown Freak already has a signature. This is not looking well for Johnny D. But he gets reversed. Oh my god, almost a sweet chin music. But almost only counts in horseshoes. Johnny D looking for possibly a superplex. Yes, a superplex off the top. Bringing Clown Freak harshly down on his back. And now, looking for a sweet chin music. Clown Freak still in the green, however. Johnny D not doing enough damage to Clown Freak. Now going for that Judgment Slam. But I don't think he will be able to put Clown Freak away that easily. Yes, that's what I thought. Clown Freak kicking out at the count of 2. Johnny D has to do much more to put Clown Freak away. Clown Freak reversing. Now hitting Johnny D with a flapjack. Clown Freak with a signature once again, but Johnny D able to reverse the signature attempt. Barely. And now picking Clown Freak up for another sweet chin music, but he does not. Clown Freak does not allow him to hit it. Now Johnny D taking some punishment. He's possibly looking for a signature once again. DDT by Clown Freak. I'm going to try and... Well, I was going to try to escape, but Clown Freak pulling me away from the ropes. Kick out so easily, though. You're going to have to do much more than that, Clown Freak. Clown Freak possibly looking for a finisher. Johnny D is going to have to try to reverse this if he has any hopes of surviving. Johnny D does just that. Now possibly looking for a frog splash. This be enough. 1, 2, not even a 2 count. Now Johnny D looking for his comeback. Don't know what his comeback is, so we're going to find out together. Now, will Johnny D be able to hit that sweet chin music? Yes, he will. But Clown Freak has a comeback. It's not looking well for Johnny D, but Johnny D with that Judgment Slam, trying to put Clown Freak away. Dragging Clown Freak slightly away from the ropes. Let's be enough. 1, 2, 3. Johnny D with an upset victory against Clown Freak. Clown Freak should have been able to easily beat Johnny D, but Johnny D just did not give up. He was looking for that victory this time around. They have lost to Ethan Barnes last week, but was not willing to lose tonight. Johnny D celebrating after quite the victory. Clown Freak not looking very happy though. And now we have 2 new superstars making their debut on CCW. Again, because last week we only had 5 matches, but this week we have 7. And I've forgotten their names already, but this is the steel cage match that I was mentioning earlier. And we'll find out together who these names are, because I don't remember. And currently, on the East Coast, it is 10 o'clock. I might go grab something to eat while this match is going on. There's leftover pizza, and that makes me happy. Now, out coming to the ring is, we're gonna find out together, actually. I've again forgotten their names. This looks like to be a redneck, and his name is Nails. Wearing a Budweiser t-shirt. So, Nails is from Boston, Massachusetts. Again, you guys can't hear Lillian Garcia, but I can. So this man from Boston, Massachusetts, maybe he's not a redneck, maybe he is a motorcyclist, but we will find out more in this steel cage match. So, Nails is facing whom? I do not know. Looks like he is facing looks like he goes by Uptown Quinn. Don't know what this person that created this guy was thinking while they named him, but he looks to be quite the energetic superstar, even though his entrance not showing it. But we will find out what. Now, I already forgot his name. Uptown Quinn, I think it was. We'll see what he can do. And while this match is going on, I'm getting some pizza. Leftover cold pizza is the best. So, even though I'm eating, I'm going to try and give commentary as best as I can. I might change his name if I can, because I'm not gonna be able to remember Uptown Quinn or whatever. Plus, we got too many people with the name of Quinn already. At least I believe. Well, if I can change their name at all, I'm going to. Actually, better yet, I'll just call him HQ. Or wait, isn't there a superstar named HQ? I don't know. If there isn't a superstar named HQ in my roster, I might just call him HQ. I think there is a person named HQ in my roster. And I also gotta change Rose Valentine's name, because when I pick her from the roster list, her name comes up as like Marlene Sin or something like that. Yet her announced name is Rose Valentine. So I gotta change that somehow, if I'm allowed to. Right now, Nails in control of Quinn. This just gonna call him Quinn for now until I change it. Well, unless I can't change his name. But for now, I'm calling him Quinn. Nails looking for a top rope fallaway slam. Match can be won by pinfall, submission, or escaping the cage. And I have KO. I don't hand out superstars. Nails looking for the escape, but Quinn having none of it. It's not, I mean, I talk with you guys, but when it comes to the universe mode, I kind of have my own vision of how I want this universe mode to go. And so that's basically what I do. I mean, I will take fan suggestions, though. But currently, until Extreme Rules is over, I kind of got a vision as to what I want to happen. Because right now, I believe Kevin Owens and Triple H are in a rivalry, and Triple H so far is undefeated against Kevin Owens. And Nails escaping the cage, and Quinn can do nothing about it. Like, for example, each time a rivalry is finished, what I'm going to do from now on, when I make a rivalry, is whenever the pay-per-view is over and a rivalry ends, I will ask, alright, who should be #1 contender? And if I like some of your ideas, I might put that person in a rivalry with the champion. Nails with an easy victory over Quinn. And now up next, our main event of the evening, a 6-man tag between, or no, I lied, there is another match. I gotta learn to count. 7 matches, that was match number 5. So yeah, there is one more match. There's 2 more matches. This match and the main event. This is champion versus champion. The anime champion versus the Elimination Chamber champion. Which I don't know why I named it that, or was it a belt that I downloaded? I don't know. But we got champion versus champion, Thunder versus Mad Dog, to see who is better. And hi, Danny. You join what? I mean, if you want to follow me, then go ahead, follow me. I don't care. As for joining, I don't know what you mean by that. Well, what is your cause name? Maybe I've already got it. Because all of these causes, except for one that I created, they're all downloaded. Okay, I'll write that down so I don't forget it. I never opened up that Word document again. I forget things a lot. Believe me. Because if I don't write it down, I would forget. So hashtag DannyPro22. Alright, I wrote down your hashtag. Once this event's over, I'll look you up and see what cause you got. Or do you only have the one cause? Oh, I should also inform you that I have the Xbox One version, and I'm not sure if the Community Creations is cross-platform. So if you're PS4, then I'm not sure if I'll be able to get your copy. I am looking to get 3 CODs because I found out that 3 of the CODs that are actually real to replace 3 people anyway. So if anyone else wants me to use their COD, just type in your hashtag and I'll go look for it. Because I need to replace Shinsuke Nakamura Kenny Omega and Okada. Because when I first made my roster, I had no idea who those people were, so I thought everybody was fake. What's up, WWE is Bay? 1, 2, 3. Again, I'm looking for 3 cars that are not based on real wrestlers. As long as your cause not based on a real wrestler, put down your hashtag. I'll write it down and I'll look for it. Again, I'm looking to replace three wrestlers. Okay. So hashtag Tyler the List. Okay, I got your hashtag down. Do you have more than one cause that's fake? This goes for both WWE as Bay and Danny. If you guys have more than one cause that's not based on a real wrestler, I might use more than one. Yeah, no problem. Okay, so Danny, is it only the one that you have, or did you leave? I don't know. But Danny, if you're still here, if you've got more than one call that's not based on a real wrestler, I'll be using it. And if not, is there one more person that would like me to use one of their cause? Because I'll use it. Again, I must say that it cannot be based off of a real wrestler. Like, the name cannot be of a real wrestler. And so far, I have learned of at least 3 of them that are actually real wrestlers. Which is why I'm looking for 3 cause. Looks like Thunder's going for that bionic elbow. Will that be enough to put Mad Dog away? Not quite enough. Again, just a reminder, this is champion versus champion to see which champion is better. Yeah, go ahead. Because right now, there's one more match after this, and once that match is over, I'll be ending the stream and I'll be looking for your guys' cause. Just, when you upload your updated version, just, like, put update, and that way I'll know that that's the updated one. under barely kicking out of Mad Dog's DDT. That's something else I gotta do. I gotta go through all the cause and see which movesets haven't been tampered with, because it looks like a lot of these movesets have the standard DDT as a finisher. And it looks like Mad Dog is the better champion. At least tonight, it appears to be that way. I love how I'm talking like this is actually happening tonight, when it's actually morning time. But now, this is for sure the 6-man tag team match. We've got Batman and Nightwing with Fire Ant versus Captain America, Spider-Man, and I forgot his name. But the reason for this 6-man tag match is Fire Ant and I believe his name is Tank. They got into an argument, and of course, two superhero teams being, well, superheroes, they tried diffusing the argument, but then they started arguing, and so that is the reason for the 6-man tag team match, to try and put this argument to a halt, or, whatever. And this might take forever because they're trying to load 6 superstars. The only reason I remember Fire Ant is because he's got a unique look and he's got a pretty easy name to remember. Again, as for him, I'm pretty sure he's Tank, but I could be wrong. So it looks like we got a bit of a civil war going on between DC and Marvel. See what I did there, huh? Because Captain America Civil War is coming out this month, blah, blah, blah. You get it. If you don't get it, then you're not a superhero fan, and I apologize for your life. This is definitely taking a while to load. My God. 6 created superstars in one match. Probably not the best for loading time. Hang on. In my career mode, can you have 2 championships at a time? I haven't played much my career. I'm still down in NXT. So I honestly don't have an answer for you. If you want a definite answer, you might want to go ask some more well-known YouTubers like Smack Talks, 101, and even Dank Ops could probably answer that question for you. It's the one with the gold car mask. Yeah, I was just saying before you left, I don't know if you heard it or not, but when you uploaded it, I was hoping you would have put, like, update or something as one of the hashtags. But that's okay. Now that I know it's a gold Sin Cara mask, I'll be able to look for it easier. Coming out first, we got the good guys, Batman and Nightwing. it looks like this version of Batman is possibly from the Arkham series. And Nightwing looks like he's from the Arkham series too. And now should be their partner, Fire Ant, coming out. And of course, Fire Ant using a mixture of people's entrances. I thought he was going Sin Cara there for a minute. And now, coming out should be the team of Captain America and Spider-Man. I believe they are called... Yep, there we go, the Agents. Now, I wish this game had the Avengers as a name that I could have chose, because, well, again, if you're not a superhero fan, you're not going to know this, but Captain America and Spider-Man are both Avengers. Captain America is actually one of the first Avengers. Spider-Man, I believe, joined the Avengers a little late, but that's why I teamed them up together. And I called them the Agents because that's the closest thing that I could find. And his name is Tank. I was right. Yes. And Tank, sporting quite the mohawk. And just again, to restate the fact that all of this only is happening just because Tank and Fire Ant got into a dispute, and the two superhero teams tried breaking up the dispute. But then again, they started getting into an argument as well, which is the reason for this 6-man tag team match. And we will see how this match turns out. Right now, Batman with a neck breaker on Captain America. Fire Ant looks pretty damn cool, not gonna lie. So does Tank. Tank looks cool as well. Again, red and black, my two favorite colors, and he is sporting them quite well. And Batman wrestling without his cape. That's a little odd. Either way, Captain America taking control of Batman. But Batman, once again, in control of Captain America. Batman, being the nice guy he is, let Captain up, but that was definitely a mistake. Now Captain America retakes the control. Looking for a camel clutch, but Batman will not. Neither of these teams are known for giving up. Batman reversing Captain America. Batman may be looking to tag in one of his partners, but Captain America does not allow it. Batman reverses the attempt, and now Batman, another neck breaker, looking to tag in Nightwing. Now Nightwing clubbing the back of Captain America, but Captain America, neckbreaker of his own, going to tag in Spider-Man perhaps. Now Spider-Man tearing down Nightwing, pushing him into the ropes. And now, with a hip toss, referee was knocked down. My motto is don't take this ass whooping personally. Spider-Man with Nightwing in a suplex, but Nightwing reverses into a neckbreaker. Nightwing elbowing the shoulder, trying to weaken the arms of Spider-Man. But Spider-Man reversing with a jawbreaker, and now a European-style uppercut by Spider-Man. A man from Manhattan doing a European uppercut, but DDT by Spider-Man. Now going for a pin. 1, not even a 2 count. Spider-Man is going to have to do much more than that to put away Nightwing is, Tim Drake? No. My god. I'm a huge Batman fan and I can't even remember who Nightwing is. Spider-Man looking for his finisher. What is his finisher? It is a attitude adjustment of sorts. 1, 2, Nightwing kicking out before 3. No, Dick Grayson. That's who Nightwing is. Dick Grayson. Yeah, Batman knowledge. Anyways, Nightwing looking to tag in Fire Ant. Things are about to pick up because Fire Ant was found from Lucha Underground, so he is known for that high-flying action. But right now, Spider-Man looking to ground Fire Ant is trying to choke him in the corner. And now Spider-Man tagging in Tank. It looks like Tank and Fire Ant will get to fight one another tonight. Hopefully, their dispute can be settled. Fire Ant with a back suplex. Now picking up Tank, but reversed by Tank. Tank looking for a pump handle slam. Working the arm of Fire Ant. But Fire Ant, with his high-flying ability, you should be working on those legs. Tank going for a cover. My god, my voice cracked right there. I need a drink. So Tank, in control of Fire Ant. Tank looking for, thought he was going for Snake Eyes, but he just plowed him into the second turnbuckle. Fire Ant reversing Tank, and now with a DDT. Fire Ant possibly looking for a finisher. A stunner of sorts. That would make Stone Cold proud. But now Fire Ant dragging Tank away from the ropes. 1, not even a 2 count. Tank is just too powerful for Fire Ant. Which is why I believe Batman and Nightwing came to Fire Ant's rescue, because nobody should be picking on the little guy. But now, Tank having to go up against Batman. Batman tossing Tank outside of the ring. Batman letting Tank collect his... oh my god, Tank with a DDT. I was not expecting that from Tank. Now Tank tagging in Captain America here. Now we're back at what we started. Batman versus Captain America. Captain America throwing Batman out of the ring. And now they're just standing there awkwardly. Captain America picks up Batman, starts punching him in the face, and now a drop kick to finish it off. He's letting Batman get up. Batman reverses. Captain America getting punished. Backbreaker, count of 4. Will they get back in the ring in time? Batman throwing Captain America into the ring apron. Count of 6. Captain makes it in the ring. Batman. Don't know what Batman is doing there. He was letting Tank distract him. That is uncharacteristic of Batman. Batman usually not one to get distracted. 1, 2, Batman kicking out after the 2 count. Now Captain just punishing the back. Looking for his finish. What will it be? Captain America going for that attitude adjustment type move again. 1, 2, Batman kicking out just before 3. Captain America reversing that grapple attempt. Throwing Batman in the corner, tagging in Tank. Tank going up top, crossbody. Now Tank looking for a finisher of his own, possibly. Or is he just taunting now? Nope, he is looking for a finisher. His finisher appears to be a powerbomb. And now bridging into the pin. 1, 2. Oh, Fire Ant breaking up that pin attempt. Now Tank going up top. You would have figured Fire Ant would have been the high flyer, but Tank likes to go up top as well. Now Nightwing looking for a superplex, and he nails it. But Nightwing looking to get out of that ring, because if he did not get out, that would have been grounds for disqualification. Now Batman dragging Tank to the middle of the ring, going for the pin. 1, 2, Tank powering out at the count of 2. Batman looking to tire Tank, elbowing him to the head. Batman tagging in Fire Ant. Fire Ant going for his finisher, a reverse attitude adjustment, a Death Valley driver as some would call it. And 1, 2, count of 2, Tank just powering out once again. Now Fire Ant kicking Tank in the back. There's definitely no love between these two. Everything is hatred. Fire Ant throwing into the corner, possibly looking for a... Never mind. What is this move? Chop into a dropkick. Quite the move by Fire Ant. Now Fire Ant. Oh, a running senton onto Tank. But goes for a back suplex. Kips up. Possibly looking for a finisher. What is he doing? That was awkward. Yes, Fire Ant completely botching a dropkick from the rope. Now Tank going for that tilt-a-whirl slam, but Fire Ant reversing into a DDT. Now Fire Ant gets reversed, looking to tag in Spider-Man. Tank getting out of the ring. A zigzag by Spider-Man. But Spider-Man not looking to end this quite yet. Instead, just punching the back. Now Spider-Man looking for a backbreaker. Spider-Man still not wanting to finish it. Going for a DDT. What is with everyone having a freaking DDT as a finisher? Anyway. 1, 2. Looks like Nightwing managed to break up that pin attempt. Captain America hitting Batman with his finish. The Fire Ant with the backdrop. Referee out on the ropes, trying to figure out where he's at. But Fire Ant calling for his finish. Going for a white noise. Will that be enough? 1, 2, no. Spider-Man kicking out right after 2. Fire Ant with the elbows to Spider-Man's head. Tagging in Nightwing. Spider-Man into the ropes. What will Nightwing do? He is possibly looking to avalanche onto him. Or a leg drop. You know, whatever. Another leg drop by Nightwing. Nightwing dragging Spider-Man to the middle. Possibly looking for... Never mind, I thought he was looking for a pin there. Now Nightwing elbows to the head. Spider-Man taking quite a beating. Now forearm to the face. Another DDT finisher. I really need to start doing something about that. Only a 1 count because everybody got into the ring and just broke everything up. Fire Ant accidentally hitting Batman though. And now Nightwing with a attitude adjustment. I feel like a lot of similar moves are happening right now. Anyways, 1, 2, Captain America breaking it up. Nightwing with a neck breaker or back breaker, you know, whatever. Nightwing looking to knee the back, try and weaken the back of Spider-Man. Nightwing throwing Spider-Man in the corner, possibly looking for a super backdrop. Yep, a super backdrop indeed. Will Nightwing go for a pin? No, he will not. Instead, Spider-Man reversing on the pickup. But a suplex. Nope, a small package. But the referee distracted by Tank. That will not go over well with Spider-Man. But Spider-Man going into his corner, possibly looking for a tag. But Tank was not there for the tag. Referee distracted by all the action going on. I don't know how the referee could possibly call this match, but Nightwing looking tired after an arm drag. Picking Spider-Man up. Nice clothesline. Now Nightwing looking to tag in Batman. Spider-Man crawling to his corner, trying to get a tag, but Tank not looking for the tag. This might cause Spider-Man and Captain America to turn on Tank, because Tank is losing interest in this match. Only a 1 count because it gets broken up once again. Yeah, that's a backbreaker, not a neck breaker. Batman looking for a finisher. How much longer will this match drag on? And he also has the attitude adjustment. So we got 2 superheroes with the same move. Can't even get a 2 count here because they break it up. Captain America struggling to get to his feet, but yet when it comes to breaking up a pin attempt, he's right there. Batman looking to bring him to the corner. Tagging in his partner Nightwing. Going for a double gut breaker. Yeah, they do seem to be doing the same moves, which means I need to update their moveset. Hank breaking it up at 1. My god, this match could drag on forever. A backbreaker. Nightwing possibly looking for a submission, but Spider-Man having none of it. Now Spider-Man, a DDT. I swear to God, I gotta change these movesets. 1, 2, almost a 3 count. I thought the match would have been over there. I definitely need to change the movesets of these superheroes because they all have the same finish and the same signatures. Yep, because he is going for the attitude adjustment. So yeah, I definitely need to change their finishers and signatures. Going for the pin. 1, 2. Nightwing still kicking out. How is Nightwing able to do this? That could have been a perfect chance for Spider-Man to come up with the victory. But Nightwing, being resilient as ever, still kicking out. Spider-Man picking Nightwing up, throwing him into the corner. Spider-Man not sure what to do. Turning him around, but gave Nightwing too much time. Now Nightwing looking for a fist drop. That's one thing I hate, is when someone creates a superstar, but doesn't put in the time to give them a moveset. I hate that so much. Fire Ant looking for a... Never mind. I thought he was going for the surfboard, but instead trying to hurt those knees of Spider-Man. Now Fire Ant whipping Spider-Man into the corner, but Spider-Man reverses. Fire Ant reversing Spider-Man, and now a snap smear kick combo. Fire Ant, a springboard leg drop. What will it take for this match to end? We're going on 10:50 my time, and this match has been at least a good 10-15 minutes, I think. Tagging in Captain America. Fire Ant trying to crawl to his corner, but Captain America does not allow it to happen. Instead, rolls Fire Ant over, knee to the back. Now, throwing into the corner. Gonna throw him shoulder first into the turnbuckle. Well, the ring post turnbuckle area. Now, an alley-oop slam. An alley-oop powerbomb, I should say. Now Captain America looking for a DDT. Fire Ant is busted open underneath that mask. Captain America crawling for the cover. Or not. You know, whatever. Captain America letting Fire Ant crawl to his corner, but picks him up. And now I don't know what to call that move. But Nightwing breaking up the pin attempt. But Tank makes Nightwing pay for it. And now that's an attitude adjustment. 1, 2, 3. Fire Ant beats Captain America. So your winners, the good guys and Fire Ant. So, with that said, I hope you enjoyed ECW Championship Wrestling. And I will see you, what is today? Today is Monday. Can't stream tomorrow. I can't stream Wednesday. So I will see you guys Thursday for SmackDown. Xbox, Twitch.